That's the low kick. That's the medium kick. And I don't do a high kick. You have to buy a different series. I don't do high kicks. And this is the push kick. Basically just pushing in and stabbing with the bottom of your foot. Tim Peck, I have a lot of respect for Tim Peck for what he's done. My family is an immigrant family, so I definitely have a place in my heart for immigrant families. So my family's from Italy, and I grew up in the States. And so for me, knowing the Khmers and being friends with the Khmers who grew up in Australia and the States, that's a really wonderful experience. And especially because I've spent more time in Cambodia, certainly as an adult, than most of them have. You know, even if they were, I think Tim may have been like 8 years old when he left Cambodia, but you know, spending time there as an adult is a different experience. So it's just interesting and nice. Tim produced a wonderful movie called The Red Sense, which won the Golden Buffalo Award. And that's an incredible story about this girl who discovers that her father's murderer is living in Melbourne or Sydney. Like basically she was a resettled refugee from the Cambodian genocide and discovers that the Khmer Rouge soldier who killed her father posed as a refugee, got resettled, and he's living and he's free and he's happy and he's healthy in Australia. And she has to decide, should I take revenge? Should I forgive? Should I let it go? And I mean, it's a very poignant movie, and he's actually had trouble showing it in Cambodia because you know, the government doesn't want to address these issues. Maybe now that the Khmer Rouge trials are going on, maybe something will change for him, and I hope it does. But I want to help promote him and promote that movie, and I would love for the Khmers in America to see it. Not just the Khmers, but everyone in America to see it. Just recently, this movie Gran Torino with Clint Eastwood. It was a wonderful movie. Please go see it. I get $1 for everyone who goes to see it, by the way. No, not really. But you know, it's dealing with the Hmong who were resettled and they're living in a suburb of Detroit, and they're surrounded by gangs. And there's a line in the movie where the girl says, "Hmong girls do better in America. Hmong girls go to college. Hmong boys go to jail." And this is the plight of the Khmers in America as well. And so I wish all these Southeast Asian peoples would sort of meet and have exchanges and student exchanges and culture days and things, so that a Hmong can understand that, oh, you know, a Hmong experience, or the Shan state of Burma where I work, where these people are being subjected to genocide, and so exiled Shans and Burmese and Hmong and Khmer and Lao. And we don't want to forget the Lao, the regular Lao, supported the Americans, who supported the king, and then they were kicked out, and you know, so that these people would sort of meet and say, wow, we have something in common, let's share together. So for me, all my involvement in Khmer things parallels my involvement with Shan and with other Burmese refugees and other tribal people and other ethnic minority people, and I hope people can see that connection and learn and grow from it. A lot of people were wondering about the spread of BOKATOR outside of Cambodia. I went to Kampuchea Krom, which is now part of Vietnam, and there's almost as many Khmers living there as there are living in Cambodia. And although I didn't find BOKATOR, I found rumors, and I'm pretty certain it's there. In fact, I know it is because I've seen actual photos of the master, but I just have to find him, and I was very pressed for time. I've spent significant time in Khmer Surin, which is in Thailand, which was also part of Cambodia at one time, and there was nothing. There was absolutely nothing for BOKATOR there. There was Moi Boran, and Moi Boran is probably very closely related to BOKATOR. If we had sort of a Darwin's walk of man of martial arts, you know, the origin is BOKATOR, and then Moi Boran, and then modern Muay Thai. So there is a little bit of a connection, but there was nothing that I could say this is Khmer or this looks like Khmer. And interestingly, the teachers were mostly Thai. Professional fighters who come out of Surin are mostly Khmer and Lao, or tribal like Goi, but the Goi live in both Cambodia and Thailand. But the teachers tend to be Thai, and that was true of Moi Boran. So I did a really nice series up there with Tony Jha's teacher. And a lot of people don't know Tony Jha is actually a Goi tribesman, and his family, they speak Khmer and Goi and Thai. And I interviewed his parents who spoke Khmer in the interviews, and then I trained with this trainer for weeks, and I produced a whole series on that. And that's in my Martial Arts Odyssey show. There's about 6 or 8 episodes that I shot up in Surin with Ajahn Sokchai, and you'll see him. He's in the new Tony Jaa movie, which also has a Cambodia connection, Angkor Wat connection. So I have not been able to find BOKATOR outside of Cambodia. I'm hoping to go to France and look. I'm also hoping to go to France and look at documents, because the French kept the best ethnographic documents on Cambodia. One of my many jobs I had when I was living in Cambodia was I worked briefly for the government, and they would bring me just reams and reams of documents the French had left, and I was just sight translating them, just read them and decide if it was interesting or not interesting. If it was interesting, then it would get translated by a real translator, and if not, I'd throw it away. But a lot of it was archaeology, research they'd done on Angkor Wat and on the temples, and that was all still in French and hadn't been translated. And I know there's whole books of ethnography, anthropology written by the French, so I'm hoping there's a book somewhere in France, a dusty old BOKATOR book, or even a Khmer boxing book from 150 years ago. I'm hoping. But anyway, I know there's a guy in Kemchia Kram, at least one. There's probably a guy in France. I'm hoping I'll find these guys, and I'll just keep looking until it's done. I guess that's enough for my BOKATOR story, and this has been a special presentation from Paul Milson, from Kun Khmer TV, from Austel TV, and from Transparent Pictures, and my very good friend Tim Peck. I'll be in Australia hopefully after July 1st, and I'll be traveling around. I'm going to be filming in Melbourne. I'm going to be filming with the Brad Al Saray guys there. I have also been working on a script similar to Gran Torino, but set in Australia, dealing with the Khmers. And I don't know if Tim's going to be up to shooting another movie, because I know he's kind of bogged down, but maybe we can get that other movie done. I'm really looking forward to coming to Australia, meeting my Khmer brothers, meeting the Australian martial artists, training with them. I'm going to be doing pro wrestling. I'm going to be on TV doing pro wrestling, and I'm going to be doing sumo and all kinds of fun stuff. So I can't wait to get to Australia, and I've really enjoyed my time talking to y'all, and I hope you'll all go out and try and learn some BOKATOR. See you next time.